pot of spaghetti out of the refrigerator and using the really huge utensil, taking big scoops out of the pot onto your plate, where your dad said, "I think that's enough, Amber." That's my first memory of you.
Hello. It's ready. 534.6 pounds.
Ooh. So I have this weird thing where I have to mop with my pants off.
If you're ready to bring me the coffee ice cream instantly.
My mom's mental health has been like in a Like, this is supposed to be Vlogmas, but I feel like it's like I have to prove everyone wrong, miss.
I am single. I, Amberlynn Reed, am not dating Emily. I am single. That's not a lie.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So, what do we think? Do we love the intro or what? I am absolutely obsessed with the way that it turned out, and I can't wait to continue adding like little edits and things to my videos. Compared to my last video and compared to my first video, holy moly, my production value has gone way up. So we're with the big fish now. I'm going to make sure I bring quality content to you guys. So we have a live stream from Miss Girly Pop to go over. To be honest, not super exciting. Not a lot happened, but she did make a few notable statements. And regardless of that, I would watch a video of Amber watching paint dry. So let's dive right in.
Dylan, I did go to the ER, yes. I wasn't gonna go, and my mom was just like, "It's okay, let's go, please, like, I'm worried about you," and then I was, like, getting scared because people were, like, messaging me about blood clots, and I'm like, "What is life right now?" Sorry, I have, like, Twinkie fur all over me. Um, is it cellulitis? No, it's not the cellulitis. So I went to the ER, and they did all the tests. They did all the tests, like, every test you can think of. I felt like that. Um, and turns out it's not a blood clot, and I was like, "Thank God." I was very worried about that, my mom was worried about that, obviously. So it's not a blood clot. It just seems like it would be easy for me to get one. Okay. Um, in the X-ray though, because they took an X-ray of my pelvis, hip, thigh, leg, knee area, and I have arthritis. I was like, oh, that's not what's causing the pain, but it's something they found in trying to figure out the pain. Um, so I do have like an arthritis type deal. Genuinely not surprised. But the pain is still there. They don't know what it is. And I'm not as worried because like genuinely they were not concerned. There's no blood clot. That could be like the worst of the worst. And fine. But I'm glad that I went because blood clots are no joke. But yeah, everything is really good.
Even though I feel like it's common sense to come to the conclusion that, okay, Amber's extremely overweight and she's been extremely overweight for a long time. Well, of course you're going to get arthritis because of all of that weight on your joints and your bones. But I did double check by looking it up, and yeah, that is most likely, if not entirely, the reason why she has arthritis now. But I am pretty confused about the whole, well, everything's good. She says that at the end, like, well, you left, first of all, without an answer to your pain, and another diagnosis. Now she has arthritis. So I'm sure that that's going to be brought up whenever she doesn't want to do something. Oh, I can't go on a walk because I have arthritis. Or I wanted to go do this, but I have arthritis. So we have another excuse for her to pull out of a hat whenever she doesn't want to do something, which is always a positive. And throughout the live stream, she talks a bit more about the ER visit in general and about the arthritis, but I'm still confused why they weren't able to identify where the pain was coming from and why she doesn't seem to think that it has anything to do with the arthritis, because they found arthritis in the area that she was experiencing pain, but that didn't have anything to do with the pain. I'm not following, but Amber knows best, so.
I do have a regular doctor, but things like that, like, get scheduled out for like 2 weeks, and then it's like, what if it is something really bad? In cases like that, because my doctor knows that I have an elevated D-dimer, so he specifically even tells me if I ever have issues or worries of a blood clot, go straight to the ER, because I do have an elevated D-dimer.
For the longest time, Amber used the excuse of not having a primary care physician as the reason why she would constantly go to the ER. Well, one of the many reasons why. But she literally has a primary care doctor now, and she still chooses to use these resources that are reserved for people who are having a emergency. I understand her point. I just disagree. I do not think that the urgency of your, what did she say, inner thigh aching, I don't think that that's an urgent emergency that you need to go to the ER for. You should most definitely, especially in Amber's case, most definitely go to your primary care physician, because I bet you anything she's not going to go follow up on that. She's not going to go to her primary care and be like, hey, I went to the ER for the... No, she's not going to do that. And she even says herself, like, I would just have to wait a week. What is the difference? I think personally that she's just so afraid of the end that she believes, well, if I jump on it right now and go to a doctor immediately, I'll have a better chance. But the reality of it is, Amber, you have done so much damage to your body that when the time comes, I hate to say it, but I don't think that there's going to be a lot that the ER can do for you. There's not going to be a lot that the primary care can do for you. That's why you need to take it seriously now, because you'll run out of chances.
I know a lot of people my age with arthritis, actually. No, not a wheelchair era. No way. Absolutely not. Like when they were gonna take me to go, which part was it? It was the X-ray part. They had a wheelchair and I said, nah, I got this. I can walk. Like, I'm good. I'm so good off of that. Like, I'm not in like that much pain to where I can't walk. So but I can't talk. Someone said Trisha is so shady. I disagree, Spaghetti. I disagree.
So Trisha Paytas uploaded a podcast episode today, and she briefly mentioned Amber, so I'm going to play the clip for you guys right now.
She's not evil, and I don't even think she's like that fat, but I get compared a lot to like, there's an influencer named Amberlynn Reed. Do you know her? Mm-mm. People are like, yeah, they compare me to her, and I don't think it's an insult. She's way younger than me, whatever. But I think she might, I don't know the lore. She might be like a cheater. She might cheat on her relationships with her girlfriends and stuff like that. So I think she's maybe not like a great person. So like, I don't love that comparison sometimes. I don't know. I honestly like, I get it a lot. I think she's sweet. She's always trying to lose weight, as a my girl. But I think there's like lore to her that she's like not maybe nice to her girlfriends.
Oh, okay.
So then I don't love that comparison. You know what I mean?
I mean, when you hear thousands and thousands of people say Amberlynn has cheated on her partners, you're going to assume that's true. Last time I cheated, I was 17 years old. I was in high school. I'm now 34. A lot of people have this whole conspiracy that I cheated on Crystal with Destiny. Absolutely not. Me and Crystal broke up April 1st. Crystal was already on the dating apps on April 1st. Long story. And I think it took me about 3 weeks. It was 3 weeks later that I finally downloaded a dating app. And then it was probably like a week after that. So it was like a month after Crystal and I broke up that I even met Destiny on a dating app. So not real. But yeah, I don't think Twitter was being mean either. She even said that I was sweet. She has always said, she's even said in her Patreon that she gets compared to me all the time. And I get compared to her all the time. And I genuinely think it's just because we're BPD sisters, not gonna lie. But it's like, you can't sit there and like, I understand believing thousands and thousands of people. I thoroughly get it. I've done it myself. And then I've later found out the truth where I'm like, oh, so that wasn't true. I fully understand. So I can't like get mad at Trisha for it. I can't feel like, I don't feel like it was shade. I don't feel like it was mean. I don't feel like anything.
First of all, I'm glad that Amber actually knew about this before starting her live stream, because I feel like 90% of the time when there's a photo of Amber, a clip, something related to her, she's like, oh, I didn't see it. Can you send it to me? Can you send it to me? And we get like 10 minutes of her trying to watch it or find it in the mountain of Instagram DMs that she has. So I'm glad that she actually saw this prior to live streaming. But it isn't shocking to me in the slightest that this didn't bother Amber, because first of all, it's publicity. I'm sure that this increased the amount of people coming to check out her channel, which is always good. Not that she has any videos that are recent, but still. Additionally, I think that Amber's happy that Trisha was clearly uninformed about Amber as a whole. I don't necessarily blame Trisha for coming on and making statements about Amber that she's not entirely sure about or decisive about her opinion of Amber, because Amber says she was very sweet. She called me sweet. She also said you might be evil. So that's debatable. But I don't blame Trisha for having this attitude, because if you know her podcast, it is quite literally like two friends sitting down unserious, low stakes. So she's not making a big statement that she wants to be dissected and looked into. Amber loves Trisha, so I'm sure that she was very pleased that Trisha obviously does not know much about her. Because if she did, she probably would have had different things to say.
Yeah, Jay, we both do have BPD trust. And plus, I've said things about her in the past where, like, when she was doing Frenemies, which was the best thing to ever happen to the internet, I hated how she treated Hila and Ethan, like calling Hila like all that stuff. Like, I was like vocal about like how rude that was and how horrible that was. So we both said things. We both said nice things about each other. I didn't think it was shade. I didn't think it was mean. It was what it was, type deals. You know? I just saw a clip of it because I'm behind two of her podcasts. I watched that shit on times two speed, and I'm so glad people told me about this ahead of time. Because can you imagine me sitting there just like doing my dishes, listening to Trisha on times two, and all of a sudden I'm brought up, my jaw would have been on the floor. But I think they were talking about like people who they're compared to, and she mentioned me. So yeah, I don't understand the exactly teardrop thing. What does that mean? If one of y'all don't tell me who Trisha is, I'm gonna cry. Trisha Paytas? You don't know who that is?
Total conspiracy, but I definitely think that Amber watches reaction channels. Okay, that part's not a conspiracy, but I think she obsessively watches them to the extent that we do. And with that being said, I think that she says these things like, I don't know what exactly teardrop means. I think she says those things just to kind of throw us off the trail of her watching them, because then other times she makes direct references to reaction channels. She talks about Jordy later in this very live stream, which made me go, okay, so she's openly admitting that she's watching Jordy again. There's no way she does not know the exactly teardrop from Chantal's streams. I just don't believe it. Throughout these live streams she's been doing, I've also noticed that a lot of the time when she makes a statement like she just did, she'll purse her lips very hard. And I'm not a body language expert by any means, but basic psychology and people observation makes me think that she does that to sort of steel herself. Puckering her lips back like that is almost comparable to when people are speaking and they start to put their hand over their mouth, almost as if they're trying to physically stop themselves from saying too much. Again, I'm not an expert, but that's what it reminds me of.
Chantel, yo, and you will always be my fave, keeping you. Oh, Brittany, thank you so much, and thank you for the super chat. Yeah, I don't care if she likes me or not. I mean, I can't say that I care. I've never really cared about stuff like that, to be honest. Um, it's my last day on gifted membership. It has been great being here. Oh, the bells. I hope that you win another gifted one day. Um, wait, I kind of want to like pay my own money and gift for you guys. Hold on. Yeah, because it says I've sent all my free. All right, I'm about to pay some money for you guys. I'm gonna gift. All right, let's buy that. Let's do it, folks. Let's do it. Yay! Nikki got it. Sarah got it. Missing got it. Two Sarahs. Sarah Jumper and Grimace registered. There you guys go. That's fun. I live for that. Hey, Amber, I've had arthritis since I was 13, probably before that, but that is when the surgeon said it. Don't let people say you were too young to have it. It is insane. Oh my God, since 13. Wow. Like, I can't say that I'm surprised. A lot of things happen at such an early age. Like, think of Cobra. Like, he died of a heart attack and he was literally 34 my age, which is so heartbreaking.
Yeah, I'm sure the arthritis has everything to do with your age and not your weight.
Oh my God, one of the people at the emergency room, the person who has to like take you to, because I'm telling you, to get to the ultrasound, it was a maze. There was an elevator, there was rooms and turns and this and that. Was actually a subscriber and literally was fangirling so hard and they were even saying it and it was just, it was such a vibe. And they seemed like someone that I would like hang out with. Like you could totally tell they're a lesbian, like the whole nine. Like someone I would literally hang out with. So if you're watching this, hi, message me on Instagram. We can hang out and be friends. Like, oh my God, it was like, I genuinely was like, okay, this is making my anxiety feel better. Like, I live for that.
It is so Amberlynn coded to get recognized at the ER. Girl, assuming that this happened, which I find unlikely, because she's constantly going to the ER, wouldn't she have ran into this alleged fan before? But anyways, wow. Just wow.
Oh, I'm sure my size has everything to do with me having arthritis. That makes sense. Wear and tear, folks. Wear and tear.
It's satisfying to hear Amber admit that, but again, why was age the first factor you were thinking of? It's so obviously due to her weight.
Yeah, I need to see a joint specialist and a bone specialist. I'm like, oh. Oh,
God, if I was that mom, I would be so exhausted. This doctor, that doctor, the vet, grocery shopping. The mom was probably just as disappointed and heartbroken that it didn't work out with Emily because she was probably hoping Emily would replace her as the primary caregiver. Yikes.
I was so anxious all day, genuinely. And today was like the first time where I realized I need to probably take my blood pressure medicine. I really, 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 really don't want to, but I like genuinely have to. Like it's at this point where it's like I have to, and I have to like I have to be more scared of not taking it than taking it. I can't. I know some things are so fucking irrational, and this is one of them. Me taking that blood pressure medicine is so irrational and crazy, but I'm like terrified. Like I would rather do anything else in the whole entire world, but for some reason I am so scared to take that medicine.
By irrational, all she means is that she doesn't want to do it and she doesn't have a real credible reason as to why. So,
But they did my blood pressure today, and I was like, that's a little scary. I understand, like it's the ER jitters. They explain to you that it's usually higher at the ER, et cetera, et cetera. But still, it should never be that high. And like I was feeling it, like my face was feeling hot. Like it's not good. It's genuinely not. Yeah, I'm gonna start taking it tomorrow. I'm so scared, you guys. Like I could cry. Like I never cry anymore. It's so rare, but I literally could cry about this. I'm that scared. Um, oh, I'm nowhere near housebound. Catnip, nowhere near. Um, Watermelon. Medication anxiety is not something that you like choose. That's why when people like judge me, like when they're like, "Why are you scared to take medicine?" Bro, I ain't choosing that life. I ain't choosing that life at all. Um, yeah, Marigold. I was like stroke level. I was stroke level today. Like it was stroke level, and I looked at that and I said, "An instantly anxiety, instant heart beating fast, instant like I need to get my shit together."
Amber is someone who speaks in hyperbole, as we all know, but if that is true and she had stroke level blood pressure, if I were in Amber's wrong shoes, I would not be kikiing and ha-haing about how I met a fan at the ER. I would be terrified.
You had to move and walk in the hallway more than you do all week. That's not true, Catnip. You don't know my life. Do you have cameras in here? Like you literally don't know my life, love. So don't assume. And my blood pressure was actually high when I first got to the hospital, where you literally just walk in a room. It's but 5 feet from the entrance. Yeah. So that's not true.
4 or 5 streams ago, Amber literally said that she only leaves her house one day out of the week, Saturday, for about 8 hours. How much can you really build your stamina being in one place?
Watermelon. Oh my god, watermelon kisses. So watermelon kisses was something that my ex Feline like came. Okay, so long story short, she was a healthy eater. Okay, like she tried very hard to be supportive of me. We would cook healthy meals together, eat healthy snacks together, and things that we would like to do. We would stand in the kitchen and eat little healthy snacks. We would dance in the kitchen. We would just hug each other in the kitchen. We would just the kitchen was a bonding area, but like in a healthy way, and it was very nice. And I was never a watermelon fan. And then one day she was standing there and she was eating watermelon. And she was like, "You want to bite?" And then she like put it in her mouth, and I like took it from her mouth with my mouth. And then it became like a thing that we always did because I was like, "Fuck, I actually like watermelon." It was like one of those things where it like took me aback. I was like, "Oh shit." So then it just became a thing where she would always give me like a bite of watermelon out of her mouth. I don't know. And then she looked at me and she goes, "They're watermelon kisses." So yeah.
Let's flash back for a moment to the wifey era. Amber refused to elaborate on the watermelon kisses story because it was private. So back then, when she had no motive or reason to use this story to her advantage, she wouldn't share it with the audience. But now that she's quote unquote not with Emily, she's freely talking about this happy moment from a past relationship, which is almost like she wants to make Emily jealous by mentioning wifey. So that's interesting that it was private back then, but now you have a reason to say it, therefore you will share it.
Someone saying I sound drunk instantly gave me anxiety. Because it made me think, oh my god, am I like having a stroke? Like, just out of respect, don't say those things to me, please. Please, please, please.
I bet you anything she's going to add stroke to the list of banned words in her live stream.
I don't want to like vlog personal things or whatever's. And I love watching like what I ate today videos on TikTok. So I was thinking I was gonna start doing like what I ate today in a calorie deficit for TikToks. And then I was like, what's the point of posting on TikTok when I could just post it on the YouTubes where that's my actual job? Because TikTok's not. I don't get paid for TikTok. The only way you can get paid on there is through PayPal, and I'm banned on PayPal. I'm banned on PayPal, folks. Um, so remember when I had my earring business? Haters reported me because it started with people just paying me on PayPal. Oh my god, it was so nice meeting you today. Oh, it's you. I don't know why. Hello. I'm pretty awkward in person. No. You know what? I'm not that awkward. Like, you made it easier for me today because I was so anxious. And then meeting that guy that you work with, who was also super nice. Like, it was everything. It was great meeting you guys.
Amber's reaction here is why I believe that the FBI Frank story is true, but that it was just a random person pretending to be an FBI agent. I think it actually happened to her. She just was extremely gullible because it takes one person to pretend like they were the ER employee for Amber to be like, oh, it's you? She didn't stop and check their profile or anything. She just immediately believed them. Ugh.
Popping my super chat cherry to shout out the gray one and his horde of zombies. I'm dead. It sucks to be gray.
Well, it wouldn't be an Amberlynn livestream without her randomly shading Jordy. She wishes she had the type of audience that Jordy has. No matter what she says. Jealousy just oozes out of her.
We're gonna vlog again. Okay, thank you. This reminds me. Okay, so what I was thinking about doing is still doing my lives, because that's important to me. But every day film, even if it's a minute fucking long, I don't care. It could be 30 seconds long, a minute long, 20 minutes long. Who the hell cares? But do daily what I ate today videos of me on my calorie deficit journey because I have to do it.
Ugh, I don't even have anything to say about this because we all know that it's not even going to happen. And Amber can't stick to a deficit, so there's really no point.
Calorie counting is stupid. I think it's stupid. You need to be in a calorie deficit to lose weight. That's just how it goes. That's, a lot of people are like, do keto. And it's like, it's not even that. It's, are you in a calorie deficit while doing keto? Then yeah, you're gonna lose weight. Go vegan. It's like, okay, if you're in a calorie deficit, you're gonna lose weight. It's not about what diet you're doing. It's about the calories, point blank period, because I can eat unhealthy all day. If I stay under 2,000 calories in my current, whatever this is, my current state, if you will, I'm gonna lose weight.
I agree with Amber that calorie counting is just simply the best and most reliable way to lose weight. But I think the point that she's missing here is sustainability. This is all hypothetical, but let's say Amber actually was going to lose weight. You can't simply be at a deficit the rest of your life. Even keto as a diet is not necessarily for long-term use. It's a tool that you can use for a short period of time for rapid weight loss. But in terms of sustainability, you will need to establish your diet as something you can keep up for a regular period of time. Veganism is a lifestyle, so that's about the worst example she could have used.
Romeo's really good. His vet appointment to get fixed is coming up, and I'm feeling really sad about it. I'm feeling really sad about it. Like, I hate doing things that like disrupt their mentals. Like, I don't like when my fur babies feel scared, confused, nervous, and pain, but it has to happen,
Funny enough, Amber has the same philosophy towards herself, where if she can avoid momentary discomfort, even if the pain is worth the gain in the long run, she will avoid it. Random thought, but making these videos makes me feel as if I'm preparing a college video for my classroom. Like I'm some sort of professor teaching Ambernomics.
I'm so sorry for having such a fanboy moment today. I just couldn't believe it. Oh my gosh, no, don't be sorry. It was a moment. It was a moment.
I don't have the chat replay because it takes, I think, maybe 12 to 24 hours to be posted on YouTube. So I'm not sure if the person Amber met at the ER, the worker, had a throwaway account, something anonymous, or if it was attached to their identity. Because if it is attached to their real identity, that was most definitely a HIPAA violation. And I say that as somebody who has worked 2 professional jobs where we were required to do HIPAA training. Not that I really care that much, honestly, but very risky on that person's part if their account is tied to their identity. If it's an anonymous account, really nothing to worry about. For HIPAA to be broken, there has to be a tie between the worker's personal identity and the patient, which would be Amber in this scenario. Not that I really care, I just wanted to point it out.
Not close to 600, but thanks.
534.6 pounds.
People were upset that you were cussing at people you thought were minors. People were upset that you were cussing at people you thought were minors. Insert lie. Insert lie. You're here. Fart, lizard, lizard, lizard. Okay, you're definitely 10. Get the out of my chat. Oh. To be honest, I don't think I care. If a minor is gonna be to me, I'm gonna be a bitch back. Is that bad? I don't know. My brain isn't fully developed.
Well, you're not wrong on that account, Amber. Honestly, this point didn't even occur to me at the time, but it is extremely valid because why does she react so aggressively to people that she allegedly thinks are minors? It's just unnecessary when you should go about it a mature way and just remove them from your chat. But of course, Amber is not going to do things the mature way because her brain isn't fully developed.
Don't use curse words at the kids. They cursed first.
Well, they started it.
You verbally abuse a 13-year-old and you don't care. Oh my god, here we go. I don't care. You know what?
So at this point, the stream crashes and Amber comes on a new live stream a couple minutes later.
It's all about calories in, calories out. Yeah. Jay, I need to talk to you. I need you to give me advice. I need you to give me inspiration. Do you have an Instagram? Let's be like, give me like weight loss stuff. I need to know like what do you eat, how many calories. I need to know all the tea because it motivates me. It inspires me when I hear other people's like journeys.
I think the reason why Amber obsesses over the concept of losing weight and nutrition is because not only does she get some kind of dopamine or reward internally for, in her eyes, making progress, but the way that she said seeing others inspires her. I really think that what's actually happening in her brain is when she sees others doing something she wants to do, it motivates her to compete because she's jealous. But of course, Amber usually fails that competition.
Did you see Taylor Swift's engagement? Oh, the Swifties are gonna come for me. I don't care that she's engaged. Is that bad? Like, okay, cool, good for you.
Since Amber's brain is wired differently, let me point out that you don't have to care in order to respond positively to someone else's happiness. So you don't care, but you reacted negatively. Careful, Amber, your bitterness is showing.
They left a Google review about Amber. Who did?
Okay. I want to state for the record that this is too far. This is objectively a bad thing to do. The business does not deserve to suffer for Amberlynn. The Bingo Hall reviews are so funny. 10 out of 10. But guys, come on now. This is a business. This is someone's livelihood. Don't flood it with nonsense like that.
Oh my god, it's a hater. Come on. Everyone there, like everyone who works there, they know me by name. We all laugh together. Like it's like a vibe. It's genuinely really fun.
Crazy concept, Amber, but that's because you're a customer. And this is a place where you go to gamble. So of course they want you to be in a good mood. And of course they're going to be nice to you. They want your money.
Who was Tammy at the buffet with? Probably her hubs. Because he a big guy. I need a big boy. A big boy. Sorry. I can't with Tammy. I can't. Like, I'm not mad.
Sure.
Oh my god.
Well, if you want people to think that you're unbothered, you're going to have to start acting unbothered.
Which altar are we talking to? This is Amberlynn if like you were hanging out with me. Well, I'm a little more crazy. Like in a good way. This is Amberlynn if we were like hanging out and just like laughing and having fun.
The Amberlynn that we get in these live streams, especially the ones as of late, is the most sincere, purest Amberlynn we've gotten since the Beck live stream era. And what I mean by that is Amber is so reserved, so watered down in her vlogs that it essentially is not her. It's just one of the silly little masks that she puts on before she walks out the door. This is Amber. Sarcastic, condescending, rude. But I'm definitely not complaining because I have been wanting this for a long, long time.
Why were you so mean to Corky last stream? Oh, speaking of, did I say that? That's called bare leg. So I was not mean to Corky. I would never be mean to Corky. But we're being gaslit by a bunch of people because people said that I was blackmailing her. What? We're both genuinely confused on that. But okay. I don't think people know what that word means, actually. You were pretty outwardly mean to her. See, that's how I know that like people are purposely trying to like it's very Team Corky, Team Amberlynn. It's very that. And we're not falling in that trap. We're personally not.
Minimizing that comment you made the last live stream is so manipulative because it wasn't simply, oh, you were being mean to Quirky Loves Rose. It was the fact that when somebody said, oh, my prediction is that Quirky will betray you, which already, what? Where did that come from? Your response, Amber, was, well, she wouldn't do that because I know so much dirt about her. I don't understand people sometimes. Like, are you joking? That is so inappropriate. That would not be the first thing that comes to my mind. You immediately jump to, she can't betray me because I have dirt on her. Why would you ever say that out loud? Also, again, we see this mentality of us against the world. Exactly how Amber did with her mother, saying that they know where they stand and that people are trying to ruin their relationship. She's saying that Quirky and her know where they stand and that they're not going to let people tear them apart. Another like fatalist form of manipulation coming from Amberlynn. Interesting little pattern there. It's almost like she knows that she did something wrong and she needs to distract from it.
You guys know me. I like a masculine. I like a masculine, you know? And I think Emily has ruined me. I've realized that today. In the sense of I even told my mom this. This is gonna be so okay, I'm about to confess something. I don't even want to confess it out loud. Yes, you're allowed to have gay friends. So I saw someone today that I thought, in my past life, I would have been like, wow, they're cute. I immediately thought of Emily, right? And I was like, wait, that person isn't cute at all. Because it's like Emily is so fucking hot. I'm just gonna be 100%. I'm gonna be hundo right now. No, just because I'm saying this, I'm not dating Emily. I'm not with Emily. We're not in a relationship. Blah, blah. I'm just letting everyone know that that girl's fire. Like, mm. And now I'm gonna sit here and be comparing every single person in the future if I ever decide to, you know, if I ever it just sucks because no one's ever gonna compare. I don't know, she's fine as fuck. And I can say that. I'm allowed to say that. I don't give a fuck because I'm sure I'm still hot to her too.
To be fair, I think it's really normal after a breakup to feel that way, or even before a breakup to feel that way. But the way that Amber talks about Emily is just so hard to listen to because yuck. And weren't you crying, sobbing, weeping over the things that she said to you? I don't know about you guys, but I feel like that would kill any attraction I had towards someone if they hurt me that badly emotionally.
I think she was the best you could get. Listen. Yeah, actually. Because and it just sucks. I mean, if a friends with benefits comes out of it, I'm joking. I need to stop right now. I need to stop. Why aren't you on the Lolcow Live podcast? Well, I was supposed to go on Lolcow Tech Talk, but like they haven't talked to me about it. It was supposed to be this week, so I'm just like not in it to win it right now.
Do not get your hopes up. Amberlynn is never going onto someone else's platform because she can't control it. She can't control what's being said. She can't control where the conversation goes. And she knows that they would eat her alive. She knows better than to actually go, but she's going to drag it out for as long as possible, especially since it gets her publicity for her channel.
Lesbians is just a strap. Stop, you guys. I'm sexually frustrated. Can you say one good trait of each of your exes? Yeah, actually, I could, but does anyone really care? Does anyone really care? All right, we're gonna start with Crystal because I'm not gonna say a single good thing about Casey. Point blank, here. Okay, so we're supposed to say good qualities. Crystal, genuine, good soul, like genuine. Good quality about Destiny. Destiny likes to, the fact that Destiny, okay, good quality about Destiny, that she wants to be a parent, and I feel like she would be a good parent. That's good quality. Beck, Beck, good quality, very family oriented. Like family comes first, number one, and I admire that. Who's next? Celine. Celine, good quality, hardworking, the most hardworking. Yeah, hardworking, 100%. After I dated Celine, it was Erica. Erica, it is the determination. Like the like Erica would every single day, like had the same routine, literally lifted weights, the same breakfast, like everything, just like very just like determined.
Someone asked this question before, and I don't remember how long ago it was or where the clip is, but I wish I did because I would totally put it in. From what I remember, her answers were nearly identical because this is a practice response. I think there's a little truth about Jade and truth about Erica, but when it comes to everyone else, those are the most BS answers. It's like a guy who is dating a girl that he doesn't even really like, and you ask him like what he enjoys about her, and he says she's so smart and beautiful. Like, these answers are totally fabricated. The most interesting part about this, though, is they asked, can you name one good thing about all your exes? And she doesn't list Emily's quality. I wonder why.
And make sure you guys let Jordy know that my leg just was in the frame. He's really obsessed with my body. Jordy, like, secretly has a thing for my legs, and that's fine. But, like, the way that he scopes them out, talk about obsession, talk about desire. Hello, hello. Great.
Amber, you literally gave us a leg tour in your last stream where you zoomed in on your legs and showed everything, and you called it a leg tour. What in the world? If he's doing that, it's because we're reaction channels. That's what we do. You can't mock something that you actively participate in. You sound dumb. And also, Jordy is normal. That is not desire, diva.
Jordy's married with 3 kids. That's not true. Jordy lives with his mom. Like, literally just plays World of Warcraft. Like, his face is great. Him and I can frolic in the grass together if he wants. Like, please. Like, I'm pale. I need some more like sun. He's gray. He needs some more sun. We can go frolic together. Like, I might be slower than him, but I'm better than him. The things that people come up with, I just don't know. I wasn't being transphobic. Okay, I guess now I can explain it because now it wants to be turned into a transphobic thing. Okay, so in the lolcow, if you guys know Keemstar has his show called Lolcow Live. He has now made a 24-hour circuit, which means there are 12 shows. Lolcow Nerds, Lolcow Tech Talk, Lolcow Rewind, Lolcow Dolls, who now turned into Lolcow Nuts. There's Lolcow Balls, there's Lolcow this, Lolcow that. One of them, there is Sweetie, who is on Lolcow Tech Talk. Sweetie is a girl who said when she was younger, she was in a relationship, who she cheated on her boyfriend because she was fingered by a guy who got his penis cut off by a machine. It was an accident. He is not transgender, nothing like that. So no, that's not transphobic. It was a joke because I was supposed to be interviewed by Sweet Tea, and I was making a joke, and I said me and Sweet Tea have a lot of things in common. I was also fingered by a dickless man. It was supposed to be a pun, a joke. It was supposed to be funny. It was nothing because that's never happened to me. So there was nothing transphobic about that. God, people are so dumb.
Fingerlyn is at it again. No, but seriously, I don't really have strong feelings about this controversy. I think what Amber is saying makes sense, and it's just kind of an edgy joke. I don't want to go too much into detail, but it's interesting to me that Amber is able to speak this way after saying how much it stresses her out and how much anxiety this subject regarding Casey brings her. But based off of the information that I know around this whole lolcow Discord message, I really don't think that this is a big deal. With that, we've reached the end of the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. It literally makes my day when I get a comment. And if you'd like to support the channel, I beg of you to like and subscribe. It really helps. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye, guys.